Hey guys, Jsnow with a gaming review for you guys. So I don't do too many of these, so it's gonna be more of a, is it worth it to buy it, more than like, is this game super good? I mean, we're gonna go over if the game is bad and not worth it, and other features, but nothing too advanced. So just basically a casual guide to see, is it worth the 20 bucks or whatever price it is right now to pay for it. So this game is free on Steam at the timing of this video. It was free for about 4 days. I think there's only 2 days left, and it's at the sale price of $16. So Fallout 76 got a bad rap back in 2018 when it first came out because it was a Bethesda game with no NPCs, and the story, you just had to listen to audio logs if you wanted any sort of story. Yeah, imagine playing Skyrim with no NPCs. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The game is also multiplayer, so it's technically an MMO, so you are going to see some MMO-like features in this game, and there will be other players, but as far as I've played, it's not really a major issue at all, since there's a cap on the amount of players you'll see, and they can't really ruin it for you, but there are a couple of odd design choices with that. But overall, the game is basically like a Fallout 4 expansion, just a little bit janky and a lot more building stuff to do. So let's go right into the PvE aspect, and then we'll go into the PvP and the cash shop. Of course, it's gotta be a cash shop options. So for PvE, you will see other players in the game. They can't really do much. There is voice chat, which you can turn off or on. There's toggle voice. You can turn it to area or just your party. You can also select the server where you can only play with your friends, which is pretty nice, so you can avoid all the nonsense of PvP, even though I haven't really found any yet, but I haven't played for that long. Players will show up and scare the bejesus out of you, because you'll think a Deathclaw's coming, and then it's just some weird vault dweller coming out of the woods half naked, just following you for no reason. You can also spam emotes and all that other stuff. So where's the story come in? So the story comes in special story areas. So if you've played like MMOs like Star Wars: The Old Republic, there's dedicated story areas where only you and your party can enter. So right here, I'm right in front of one of them, and the stories, the characters are actually pretty cool and interesting. So I'm going to show you an example of like the beginning story area. So if you're familiar with Fallout story, you can level up your skills to do different speech options, and there's multiple ways to approach a story. So I'm going to try to be quiet here and let you guys enjoy it.
To get a drink.
What are you? Hey! Who the hell are you? None of your damn business.
What's going on is that this one seems to think I know where this big treasure is, and that I'm building my new bar out of refuse for fun.
Lady, this is your last warning. Our crew is getting that treasure. And I will happily send you both to the great goddamn beyond if you don't start explaining where I can find what's ours. Treasure's our crew's business, not yours. And unless I start getting answers right now, I'm gonna start shooting people. Yeah, lady. Listen to the smart man. Spill and we never have to see each other again.
As happy as never seeing your ugly mug again would make me, I can't just magic up information I don't know.
No, I think I'll beat it out of her after I finish with you!
No.
Don't shoot the ghoul! He's with us!
I told you it was...
Allergies. Learned the hard way. I can't stand within 10 feet of a strawberry. Come on, man, that's a joke.
Now, of course, what is Fallout without the RPG elements that are in here? So, when you level up in Fallout, you get to pick special points, so it's just like the regular games where you pick Charisma, Agility, Luck, etc. But this one also uses a card system instead of the talent point system. So basically what happens is you get a card when you level up, or they do. I think they might come in loot boxes. I can't 100% guarantee that, but I think they do come in loot boxes. But you can get the cards from leveling up and doing quests. And then each card that levels up, you attach it to your skill point. So for example, you have Agility and Charisma. They're separate, and then depending on how many points you have is how many cards you can put in. So each card has a number to the top left of it. So if you have 3 points in Charisma and you have a level 1 card and a level 2 card, you can equip both of them because 1 and 2 equals 3. So right here I have a level 2 card and I have 3 Charisma, so I attach it there and then it stacks. So of course the max amount of points is 10. And once you hit a certain level, you will be able to change your special points so you can do different combinations and different skills to see what suits you and how you want to play. Now, just like in Fallout 4, for those of you who enjoyed building, there are plenty of options to build things with. Some are part of the cash shop. You can get some points for free, but if you want to like expedite the process, of course you gotta pay that sweet cash, because everybody loves that cash. So you can build a whole bunch of awesome things, from like stairs to different kind of decorations. There's just so many different ways to customize. I feel like this game was just made to build things for the most part. But of course, you gotta have combat and all the other features. Also, a major thing to note is the camp. So you'll be able to set up your own little vault camp just like you could do settlements in Fallout 4. You don't really have to manage them. From what I know, I assume creatures can attack it, but it does say players can attack your settlement. They can only damage it if you're online. So depending on the world you're in, if you got people who really hate you, so you probably don't want to make enemies, they will keep attacking your settlement. You can also set up defenses and all the other stuff just like in Fallout 4 to protect your camp. So the camper system's kind of nice. It also counts as your free respawn, because it does cost caps if you want to respawn if you die. Otherwise, you can respawn for free at the Vault 76 or at your camp, and there's just a lot of options to do with. And then you can also check out other people's camps too. Some people have some wild stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of it is regulated to the cash shop. But they do give you a lot of freebies here and there, so it's not too bad. So for people who like building, obviously you can invest some money into it if you want to. For people who don't like building, you can just set up like the basics. If somebody blows it up, then oh well. Now another thing that's really important is the graphics. So I'm using a GTX 1060, which is not like the most current card, but I can run most games at like high or ultra settings with no problem. But this game has some real graphical issues, which could be a problem. So you definitely want to check the recommended specs. But what most people are saying is to set the preset to medium, because if you like mess with anything, you're gonna get a lot of lag spikes. The textures are gonna look weird. The game looks beautiful at times, but sometimes I have to turn it down and it just looks like garbage, because sometimes you get some really strange FPS issues. So I would say definitely Google the optimal settings for you, or otherwise just use the preset of medium to change the graphic. So now what we have here is the cash shop, or known as Atomic Shop. So I was very worried about this, because I was hoping this game was not pay to win. So what I've seen so far, there isn't really anything pay to win. It's more like pay to build. So they do have some like crates and stuff where you can build, buy like scrap items and stuff to create more buildings. So I guess that's fine, because building your settlement isn't really going to make you super OP to other players or really give you unfair advantage. I mean, of course, if you want to blow up somebody's settlement and they spent a ton of money, then yeah, they're getting through millions of turns might not be fun. But for the most part, there's some freebies thrown in. You get some like atomic point currency, which you can get in the game by doing various activities, or of course you can shell out that money. And then they have sales and costumes and emotes, styles, photos, utility, and clown costumes. Yeah, I don't know. Cuddles the clown? No, just God, no. So for the most part, it seems pretty okay. It doesn't seem like there's any major things that are going to break the game. And then if you really like the game, you know, just throw some money at it. It is kind of little... I mean, I don't like free-to-play games where they charge you stuff, but the thing is, this game's not free-to-play. It does have an entry cost, so it does feel a little bit bad that they're charging you stuff in a game you already paid for. But, I mean, I guess this is how they're going to fund all the patches and stuff, like a typical MMO. So, I mean, just do, you know, it's your money, use it when you need it, as that commercial usually says. Now let's go to combat and enemy types. So enemy types, there seems to be a lot of variety. I keep seeing new enemies I've never seen before. I mean, a lot of them are kind of like reskins, like right here, these big nasty ticks, oh man, which are basically rad roaches, and they can give you diseases. Also, before I forget, there is a food and water system, but it's basically just an increase or decrease in stats. You're not gonna like die if you run out of food, but it will make you more susceptible to diseases and stuff like that. So the food system isn't really too complicated. And you got funny things like this. What's... Oh my goodness.
Fires in the night, and no enemy will escape his sight.
Now here's one of the major negatives of the game. Since it is an MMO and always online, you will get lag like an MMO, and woo, the lag in this game is bad. I only had it happen like maybe once or twice in my 3 or 4 hours of playing, but as you can see right here, the enemy just kept regenerating, and then I was trying to use my stim pack, and then for some reason the stim pack wasn't showing the health bar, and it was just weird. Did I just use the stim pack? What is it doing? What? And now we're on to the PvP. So if you hit play in the game, there's Nuclear Winter, which is in beta. I'm not sure how long Nuclear Winter has been out, but it's basically Fallout meets Fortnite, except maybe with the building. But it is quite the weird experience. Now, I'm not a fan of Battle Royale, but you do start off in the main zone, and you can, I guess, conversate with players. That maybe it's muted, I'm not sure. But you're put in a team of 4, and then the last team standing wins. So you vote for a map, and then, you know, this is basically what happens in the lobby every time. Everybody tries to beat the crap out of each other. But you get put into the map, you can play with the store or whatever. And then once you do your Battle Royale, you have 1 life to play, and you have to find a loot box. So when you start off the Battle Royale, you have to run to the nearest loot box, your invisibility wears off, and then the chaos starts to happen.
Candidate, this area will be engulfed in flames soon. Prepare to move to safety.
Oh. Wait, what? That's not my dude. Oh, shoot.
Take solace that you will live forever as data used in my prediction algorithm.
And then lastly, for World PvP, when you're playing the regular adventure mode, you have to shoot the person, and then they have to hit you back to activate PvP. They can't shoot you, and you don't have to hit back. You'll take a ton of less damage, like barely any damage. Technically, they can kill you, but you do have to both hit each other if you really want to fight. And you can also use funny emotes. Oh, there it is. That's it. Hello, nice to meet you too.
Greetings. Welcome to the wasteland. Now you have to attack me back.
Hey.
Yep.
Alright, it's in me.
Go ahead.
Village.
Here, hit me. Hit me.
I am, but I don't want you to die.
No. The other guy. Me.
Wait. Oh, my bad. There you go. Alright.
You want me to kill you still?
Yeah.
Rip. Watch after his stuff. Don't take any.
No, you can take it. You can take it. I don't care.
Woke up in a pile of
You
smoldering.
okay? I'm
Wait,
not
what
gonna
is
take your
Seek
stuff.
Revenge?
Then I met someone.
The Seek Revenge, it just keeps PvP on.
Time.
Oh, okay. Alright, thanks a ton.
Isn't a
Yeah, no problem, bro.
stranger. Luck.
So now the final conclusion, let's go over the pros and cons. So the pros, it's similar to Fallout 4 if you liked it. I was a fan of Fallout 4 because it's a little bit more fast-paced than Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, but the problem with Fallout 4 was, of course, it sacrificed a lot of the story elements. But the good thing is it seems to be a lot more story choices that actually affect how things play out than in Fallout 4. So while I only did a couple of the first few quests, there was definitely a lot of different ways to handle the quests. So that's very good to see because, of course, if you played Fallout 4 and you didn't like the story, you might be afraid to pick up 76 with the same issue. The next thing is interesting characters and other fun events. You'll find some cool areas to check out with some funny little references and things going on. And then a lot of the characters seem to be cracking jokes now. Hopefully not every single guy is a funny guy, but there are quite a lot of funny guys. But definitely a lot more interesting than past Fallouts where the characters were like cardboard cutouts and you just, took your quest and then just left. The third thing is you can play co-op with friends, and you can make your own server with friends up to 8 people. So that sounds pretty awesome. Don't have to bother with all the randoms and stuff. Lots of customization. This is mainly towards building. You can edit and mod your weapons just like you can in Fallout 4. How deep that goes, I'm not entirely sure as I did not play far enough to unlock a ton of things, but you do get blueprints and a whole bunch of stuff to play around with your weapons. Number 5, emotes are fun to spam. There's a lot of funny emotes and gestures in the game, so you can basically harass people while they're fighting in the battlefield. And then PvP is fair, and what I mean by fair is that what I was afraid of is that you would just walk up in the wilderness and just randomly get shot like in DayZ or other survival games, but in this game you have to both connect the shot in order for you to fight. So yeah, some people could probably be a pain and run into your shots on purpose or something like that, but for the most part they can't really grief you. I'm pretty sure it exists, but it's not really that bad. As far as like gearing is concerned, as you saw in the video, I got demolished by the high level guy, but that's kind of expected. And then you also have, you know, the battleground Fortnite mode. If you want to play Fortnite, full out Fortnite edition, if you want to play that, it's there if you want to enjoy it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to bother with it. And then lastly, multiplayer doesn't really get in the way. So while I was doing quests, maybe a few times somebody scared me because they came out of nowhere, or they were just like following me and annoying me and, you know, breaking the immersive experience. And then of course the lag is an issue, but other than like the lag, multiplayer doesn't really seem to have an effect on if you just want to do a quick, quick relaxing single player experience. Now for the cons, it's mostly technical side, but that is to be expected with a Bethesda game with lots of bugs and stuff. So I didn't find any like true bugs yet. It was mostly just things like server side issues. So of course the graphic settings, I don't know who did the optimization or made the graphical settings for this game, but they are horrible, man. Like trying to get through the menu is just confusing, doesn't really explain what you're changing. In order to see the effects of the change perfectly, you have to reclose the game every single time you change something. So I definitely suggest just throwing it up on medium and then going from there, because the game looks nice when it wants to, and then sometimes it looks really bad. Second one is lag. As you saw in that video, the lag was really bad, and if this happens in PvP, I can only imagine how ridiculous that is. I can already see that leading to a lot of rage quits to the lag. And then finally, jankiness. So why jankiness? This is going to be hard to describe, but if you played Fallout 4 before, you're going to realize that for some reason the gameplay is not as fluid as Fallout 4, and I'm guessing that's because it's multiplayer, and the game is very taxing on the computer. So like when you're aiming and trying to, you know, do like fast movements and stuff, it feels very weird. So on that note, in conclusion, I think the game is worth it. But worth it in two different ways. So first, worth it is on sale. If you can get this game for a decent price, I saw it on GameStop for like PS4 and Xbox for like $5 all the time. Which, not a good sign, but the game has definitely improved. I don't know, I'm playing the PC version, so I can't comment on the console version. Right now it's on sale on Steam. You know, Steam's winter sale's coming up, Christmas sale, Black Friday, all different types of sales coming up, so there's definitely a way to get it on sale pretty soon if you do miss the one that was going on this week. Or if you just want to get the game now and you enjoyed Fallout 4, I think if you enjoyed Fallout 4, you probably will definitely enjoy this one, because it's like a Fallout 4 mixed with some Fallout New Vegas storytelling, or at least story events, which is pretty cool. So overall, I do recommend this game if you do fit either the criterias. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy games like World of Warcraft, VR Chat, Uganda Knuckles memes, Magic the Gathering is also on the second channel in the description below, and Yu-Gi-Oh! You feel free to subscribe to either this channel or you can check out the second channel. If not, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'm hoping to have maybe a new review of a new game hopefully coming out soon. So anyway, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.